Use code AFTV20 for 20% off your order with Fireaway Pizza. Just click the link in the description below or go to fireaway.co.uk now.
Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Jason with me. We've just lost to Bayern Munich 1-0. Here at the Allianz, we're out, Jason.
We are.
That's it. We're out of the Champions League.
We are. It's a really bitter pill to swallow. Yeah. Really, really, really bitter. I thought that for the first, up until the goal went in, I thought we were pretty much in control. Yeah. Wasn't really too concerned. I didn't think that they were that threatening. I thought when we wanted to pick the pace up, we were able to do so, get little passing exchanges going. They were always threatening on the counter. They have that pace in behind. And
did we pick the pace up enough though? Because everyone keeps talking to me, it doesn't seem like we were brave enough. There was not a plan B. There wasn't. Listen, we controlled it at times, but there just wasn't that extra.
Yeah. I think that was it. I think when we picked the pace up, we were able to get little passing exchanges that they weren't able to deal with. But then the next phase wasn't there. So then that phase, in terms of a real quality entry into the final third, or a long shot, or something that really, I think Ødegaard had one that Neuer tipped out. Yeah.
They did. They gave it as a goal kick, even though it was a corner. But
yeah. And there were a few of those today, but fundamentally we didn't create enough chances. I think you've got Ødegaard that can get on the ball, can turn, can kind of make things happen. On the other side, you don't necessarily have that in terms of those two players that play in that position. So, Havertz isn't necessarily the sort of player that's going to create something a magical moment out of nothing. He will try hard, he will run, he will attack spaces, he will do those things. Yeah. But you will need to kind of make sure that the ball's on a gift for him to kind of put it in the back of the net. And in that respect, we kind of lacked a little bit of quality. And then when you've got subs to make and you're thinking, we need a dynamic wide man or someone's going to come on, change the pace of the game, create something out of nothing, you don't really have it. Yeah. You don't really have it coming on. Jesus is on for half hour or so. Didn't do much. Yeah, kind of gets caught in transition, getting caught offside, with balls there. And I think you go down. And then you want the players to go, look, boys, we've got 20 minutes here to save our season. Doesn't happen, doesn't seem to be enough urgency. And then, you send the goalkeeper up for a corner, last kick of the game, you don't beat the first man.
That one was that was the real kick in the teeth. Yeah, sums up.
It summed it up, really. And it's a challenge because you do sit here now and go, where do you go from here? Wolves will be buoyant. We will be deflated, and it's now a real test of character and mentality in terms of what they actually want to do for the rest of the season.
You worried? Honestly,
I'm intrigued more than worried. I'm intrigued to see, because we've had this the last few seasons. We've had real late disappointments in this period of the last few seasons, and I've spoken after previous games, after I think the Lisbon game, also Porto game, in relation to Mikel and kind of how he gets on in those knockout phases and those knockout stages of big European competitions, where we're playing sides that we go in and we think we should be beating these sides, and Bayern are a good side, but they're not the Bayern. They're not the Bayern that we used to come up against, and we weren't. We saw that draw and we were like, it's a tasty draw. That quite fancy that one, and that wasn't something that we've had coming up against Bayern for a while. So I wouldn't say I was worried about the season, but I am intrigued to kind of see how they bounce back. But the challenge is what we bouncing back for. Yeah. City have gone out. They just told me that City have gone out as well. You kind of, in some respects, want them to go as far as possible in the competition to kind of remove a bit of their focus on
the league.
On the league. Give them two tough games, but you'd expect Real Madrid to trounce that Bayern side, which is a disappointing part, because a Champions League final at Wembley, when we're the sort of side we are, we've got a fully fit, with the exception of Timber, we have a fully fit squad, and you're still looking at the bench going, it wasn't like he didn't bring someone on that could have come in, and you're sitting there going, why aren't you bringing this person, and why aren't you bringing that person on? So frustrating.